In the burning silence of the Egyptian desert, one figure has stared across time for over 4,000 years. A lion's body, a human face, towering over the sands as if it were guarding a secret too old to name. You know it as the Great Sphinx of Giza. But what if I told you we're still not entirely sure who built it or why? This is the story of Pharaoh Khafre and the mystery that refuses to die. The Shadow of Giants. Khafre, son of Khufu, the builder of the Great Pyramid, was the second ruler of Egypt's fourth dynasty. He reigned during the so-called Golden Age of pyramid building around 2550 BCE. And like his father, he wanted to leave his mark on eternity. He built his own pyramid, slightly smaller than Khufu's, but perched on higher ground, so from many angles it appears even taller. A masterstroke of symbolic design. But it's what stands just beside Khafre's pyramid that has stirred more questions than answers: the Great Sphinx. Who built the Sphinx? Conventional Egyptology holds that the Sphinx was carved during Khafre's reign, likely from a single massive outcrop of limestone left over during pyramid construction. The face? Supposedly modeled after Khafre himself. But here's where things get strange. There are no inscriptions on the Sphinx linking it to Khafre. No records. No ancient text that says, "I, Khafre, built this." Even the famous dream stele placed between the Sphinx's paws, erected over 1,000 years later by Pharaoh Thutmose IV, only hints at an earlier king, never naming Khafre directly. This silence has fueled centuries of debate, speculation, and mystery. Could the Sphinx be older than Khafre? Was it a monument inherited, not commissioned? The weathering debate. In the 1990s, geologist Robert Schoch made headlines when he claimed the Sphinx showed signs of water erosion, not wind. That would suggest it dates back to a time when Egypt experienced heavy rainfall thousands of years before Khafre lived. Mainstream scholars pushed back. They argue the evidence fits natural desert weathering and Khafre remains the best candidate. But the debate exposed a tantalizing possibility: what if we've barely scratched the surface of Egypt's true antiquity? What if the Sphinx is a relic from a lost chapter of human civilization? Symbol of power, face of a god. Regardless of its true age, the symbolism of the Sphinx is clear. A lion's body, a symbol of strength and dominance, combined with the calm, divine face of a king. This was not just a guardian, it was a god on earth. In Egyptian belief, the pharaoh wasn't just a ruler. He was the living embodiment of Horus, the sky god. The Sphinx then becomes more than a statue, it's a theological statement carved in stone. The king as protector, as watcher, as divine force. Placed near the rising sun, the Sphinx watched the horizon each morning, as if saluting Ra himself. Every grain of its weathered surface whispers ancient prayers, long forgotten but never silenced. The legacy of Khafre. Whether or not Khafre truly built the Sphinx, his mark on Egyptian history is undeniable. His pyramid complex was a marvel of architecture, complete with temples, causeways, and precision-cut stonework that rivals even modern techniques. He inherited greatness and he expanded it. And the Sphinx, tied forever to his name, is part of that eternal legacy. But maybe the real legacy is the mystery itself. The questions, the wondering. Because the Sphinx doesn't give answers. It only asks. Who built me? What am I guarding? What have you forgotten? In a world that moves faster every day, the Great Sphinx remains still. Watching. Waiting. A riddle in stone. And maybe, just maybe, that's the point.